And that's what I get for not looking at the road. Can we actually shoot a zombie? Yes, but we're terrible at it. One of these days, Bill, you're gonna climb fences without face planting. You know, I kind of wonder if it will hatch if it's kept in my inventory. Alright, off to Ekron. Hey Bill, you look faster. That's the wrong one, Bill. That's still the wrong one, Bill. Entire clip is 1 XP. Home sweet home. Is that bald zombie up there still? I think I'll call him Bob. Eventually we'll run out of zombies in Ekron that have super hearing, right? Alright, welcome back to Echo Creek Holler. In this episode, the plan is to go back to Ekron and by hell or high water, get into the library. In the process, we're going to bring any book that we are at or near the requirements to read, because I recently discovered that screwdrivers can break just being used for disassembly. I'm going to bring a spare one, or at least collect a few along the way. The hope is we find electrical 1 and then take apart all the electronics we can find. So I'm going to load the trailer up with any extra electronics we have, as well as any weapons we can put together. Probably can't find another crowbar, but I think I have some other long blunt weapons that we can bring along. If I had a means of disassembling the garden fork, the head alone is a one-handed long blunt weapon, one of the few. But unfortunately, I don't actually know if there is a way to disassemble those. We also want to get welding up so that we can do truck repairs. I'm also going to try to find a way to get in and out of the library quickly without going through the dark area, and construct some sheet ropes or something. Alright, we have all of our welding stuff, some food, a spare long blunt weapon. It'd be nice if we could make our own large handles, as those are long blunt, and there's a quick recipe to add nails, and it's a pretty effective weapon. And then I'm going to swing by the farm and grab as many eggs as possible. Apparently, if you start a crop in the poor month, it will be cursed and it will never successfully grow. It'll grow a little while and then die, even if the following month is a good month for it. So we can't plant chives yet, even though we're right in the middle of their season, because it's too hot. Even though 3-4 days from now it'll be September. They just won't grow. They'll die first. It's a little awkward, and hopefully some mods address that. And with any luck, we'll be back before September ends, so we can plant some September crops as well. We're actually going to leave all this food here. I'm just going to go get eggs. And as one additional emergency backup weapon, I'm going to bring some iron pipes. And finally, I am going to bring maybe the M9 pistol, just to work on aiming. Yeah, so we can work on both aiming and reloading by shooting things through the fence. I don't intend to engage anything on even ground. Alright, let's get some eggs and see about getting back to Ekron. We're even very slightly overweight, which will pass by the time we get there. And that's what I get for not looking at the road. Can we actually shoot a zombie? Yes, but we're terrible at it. Oh, come on, Bill. When the hutch is full, they start laying eggs just wherever, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's some on the ground around here. And this is just going to be irritating. There's going to be alarms going off in that trailer just constantly. I'm just going to have to live with it, make sure it's parked far enough away from where we sleep. This one, there are eggs all over the ground. Really wish hutches just acted as inventory items, like containers. But there's probably some system reason for this, given that it has to track whether or not chickens are resting on them, I guess, incubating them. I'm pretty sure they're reproducing. And that got us a level of animal care. That's probably the other reason hutches are the way they are. One of these days, Bill, you're going to be able to climb fences without face planting. I think that level of animal care just got us the ability to tell whether or not an egg is fertilized. So I could, in theory, put the fertilized eggs back. You know, I kind of wonder if it will hatch if it's kept in my inventory. Let's test that. And that chicken is out for a wander. Well fed, thirsty, and ready to give birth. Okay then. Alright, off to Ekron. Perhaps stopping for tomatoes. Real quick, I need propane. Bill, is there some reason you're not equipping that in both hands? Oh, I see. An iron pipe is not an iron bar. Yeah, only the iron bars are long blunt weapons. Well, a quick way to churn through ammo, I guess. Hey, Bill, you look faster. Just gonna have a beeping trailer. Because this is gonna draw quite a few of them, but we can maybe thin them out a little. Okay then. Wow, Bill, you're terrible at this. That's the wrong one, Bill. That's still the wrong one, Bill. Why can't I target that? Well, this is going, swimmingly. Entire clip is 1 XP. I'm just gonna hop in the truck, which is still running, and go. I feel like there's more here than last time. Nope, these are not dismantleable. I thought I read on the wiki that you can dismantle cars that are not burnt out wrecks, but destroyed sufficiently to be useless. Annoyingly, you have to find one that can be harvested to get this tool to pop up. Doesn't really seem to be a correlation between which tomato plants are harvestable and what the graphics look like. It's also just a visual mess, so maybe I'm missing something. Alright, well that'll do for dinner until I get a chance to cook some eggs up. And here we are, back in Ekron. Got a little bit of a welcome committee. Got ourselves a long blunt weapon. Alright, some sweet home. Don't really need to cook eggs today. I'm going to use this window as somewhere to practice welding. We have a hammer and sheet ropes, so if we do gain access to the library, we can use that to escape out the side. It's nice to have a backup weapon that isn't bolt cutters, but I think we're going to have to use those until we find something better. Guess we should probably use bolt cutters whenever there's small numbers and we're likely to get back in the truck soon. It's twice as heavy as a crowbar, so it exhausts twice as quickly, but if you're only fighting one or two, that's not a big problem. I remember there being a bunch of hardware in that square building, so maybe there's some more weaponry we can find in there. That's a bookcase up there. That's the library right there. If only we had the ability to build stairs, we could just go straight up. Is that bald zombie up there still? I don't see him. Oh, there he is. Should give him a name. I think I'll call him Bob. It's a little annoying because we can't get to him, but he's very talkative. So it always sounds like there's a zombie nearby. For some reason he can't fall out that window. I realized I'm slightly at risk of accidentally eating that egg. The large handle right here. I was looking at the wiki, and one of the better things I can do with that, put nails through it. Well, now that we have two weapons, I think we can retire the bolt cutters for now. Stop using such heavy weapons. We'll just keep them around to fall back on. 1433 zombies. How many more even are there in Ekron? Go over to these picnic tables and make ourselves a large handle with nail spikes. Woof. Woof, 2 for 2. Okay, what's going on here? Where are all of you coming from? Getting a little bit surrounded. And I think if we go around to the other side of the truck, you can't always see through it. Yeah, like that. How busy is the post office? Can we get in there? through this gas station area. Maybe grab a quick soda in that bag we left here weeks ago. One of these days, Bill, we're gonna get you into shape so you can fight for more than 5 zombies at a time. We're almost a third of the way to level 5 fitness, and I think at that point out of shape goes away. We're 2/3 of the way to strength level 6, which should make a fairly big difference in how many we can take at once. But all of that is several weeks worth of burpees, or just keep doing what we're doing, because combat is now exercise. In theory, those are, what, above ground gas tanks? Shouldn't I be able to just take a drill to them and grab whatever gas I need? Wasn't that how they got racing fuel in Days of Thunder? Not an above ground tank, it was a below ground, but cut the pumps and then siphoned, hand pumped fuel out of them. We should be able to do something like that. Although, yeah, that would totally change game balance. Totally circumvent the need for the ability to use generators. What? What was that? I hit him, and it had no effect. Huh. I mean, it played the sound like I made contact. Let's drink us some Nesbits. It really feels like that works much differently now, with different zombies having different sight ranges. I must have left that running, and it burned all of the fuel. I'm not wasting my bat trying to get into that. Well, I don't mind using these bolt cutters to try to break into that. Maybe there's another long blunt weapon in there or something. But you think I'd be able to use bolt cutters to cut my way through? On the other hand, maybe welding apart this fence will yield some metal bars. That might actually be worth trying to do. Well, it's nice and quiet out here. Oof. That was all of the driving mistakes. I wonder if parking meters can be welded apart, because that would make a long blunt weapon. I think I'll pack a welding torch just to see if I can make some metal bars. Oh, and I haven't cooked eggs yet. I need to do that before it gets too dark out. You get points of cooking for hard boiling some eggs. It's really kind of silly. It's not the most challenging of cooking tasks. I was gonna say if I could wash myself in the pool, but there's really not much point. I've just gotta get zombie all over myself again. In fact, there's maybe some useful medical supplies that I didn't take last time I was here. I hope I don't need this many sutures. It'd be a pretty rough day if I did. Bill can eat while walking, but he can't put his mask back on while walking. It's just too complicated. Woke up 10 minutes before the alarm. Alright, breakfast of eggs. Got some weight loss to arrest. Nice and slow. That's a full torch, so this should be enough to take down fences. Alright, let's go see if dismantling a fence gets us any long blunt weapons. Oh. Then all of you, guy with something stuck through him. A spear. I'm gonna take it with, but I'm gonna leave it here in case I change my mind. Probably gonna drag more back to the post office by the time we get there. Drive up just a little bit past it then. Alright, Bill, are you wearing your mask? No, of course not. Oof. It turns out I think that yell is coming from Bill. Not sure what triggers it. I'm just about done here. We're going stationary. Okay, let's try some welding. Only a 10% chance, but I was hoping to get at least one. Yeah, it doesn't know where to stand unless you go stand there for it. Come on, it's a 10% chance, not a 0%. Really? Not one. And again, where are you going? Oh, got one. It gave us a single steel piece and another angle-headed flashlight. Yeah. Alright, let's see if we can get anything out of parking meter. Scrap. Yeah, I think I need to get better at whatever skill is that. I don't know if it's metalworking. What about this ladder? I think it's decoration. Let's see if we can loot the post office. Always feels a little bit cheap when they just kind of appear mid-lunge. Well, that was just bad timing. That's kind of the main problem with the bolt cutters. They are so heavy, even equipped. Well, the post office was a bust. There wasn't any storage in there. That crowd is just getting to be too much. 100 more zombies that are no longer in Ekron. Alright, that's the gnome factory. Could look for sheds and whatnot that might have some tools hidden in them. Ditch some stuff. I guess we can fight to second level of exhaustion at this point and still be more or less okay. tell if that's the northwest or the southeast. I should get inside just in case. I'll bring in the ones that I can read right now. I've already read some of mechanics. Let's just finish it then. Nearly finish it. Oh, we have also made it 50 days. Half of the way to 100. Technically, if all we were trying to do is make it to 100 days, we could probably do that with nothing but the chicken eggs. It'd be awfully boring. I guess I got in that fight so quickly I left the door open. That zombie is near blind, but I'm super interested in all the combat that was going on. I expected another wave of beeliners, but I guess that was them. Did I manage to get to these to loot them? Looks like not. Well, come on in. It's very hard to remember to stop moving just as you finish eating something if you want the automatic remasking to work. Is that you, Bob? I guess so. Can we finally get up to those to loot? Or another 50 zombies spawned in. Yeah, I hear someone up there. Let's see if we can just get anyone. Hey! That's probably gonna move a few, I hope. Okay, well, that's just Bob. But there should now be quite a few in here. Yep, there they are. What? Okay, that was just weird. Oh, that one has a hockey stick. That is a long, blunt weapon. But we're not gonna steal it from him today. Ah, this is the other side of the gnome factory. do wonder what I could do with a pistol and a drive-by. I feel like most of it would just be a huge waste of bullets. Okay. There's a basement, which is unsurprisingly locked. What? Well, that's neat. It's gotta be a train that got stuck there. How busy is it? It's all kinds of crates. That sure is a narrow, terrifyingly narrow corridor that I don't think is climbable. I think I would want to at least cut some more holes in the fence before going in there. It would be very easy to get overrun and have nowhere to go. Whoa. One of these days we're going to be able to loot something. I'm going to grind out some welding because this truck is getting really beat up. I swear in build 41, if any of them were going off, you'd be able to tell which one, and that'd give you the opportunity to turn it off right then and there. Oh, good thing I removed that glass. Oh, we're out of propane. Go get the other tank. Apparently we don't wear a welding mask when we're barricading. Seems like a good way to blind yourself. We have a bunch of uncooked eggs. Yeah, let's cook the eggs first. All this back and forth is good cardio, right? Too dark to read. Then we shall sleep. One more book we don't have to carry home. Alright, I left the steel stuck to the wall. Somehow. I mean, how do you weld a piece of metal to a wooden house? Yeah, I don't know either. I finally added a couple of mods. You might have noticed that disjointed didn't affect the recording. In particular, one that identifies which watches have alarms set. I'd prefer they only showed this when they were actually going off, but it means I can make them not go off constantly. And also some bug fixes, the common ones like being able to do plumbing and being able to repair melee weapons, which I wasted a bunch of repair stuff before knowing that it simply doesn't work. Last day of August. Oh, hey, the hockey stick guy came out. That's good. We need that. Morning, Bob. Well, that's interesting. I think when they are in the process of getting up, it'll look like you're targeting them, but you can actually only hit them if you're close enough. and the range is less than normal. Eventually we'll run out of zombies in Ekron that have super hearing, right? Eventually. Hey! Perhaps a future update will include the ability to sit at picnic tables. I did yell, but that sure got crowded in a hurry. Well, I have 2 long blunt weapons. Is this the time that I finally make an attempt to get upstairs? I think it's worth a shot. Use up the hockey stick first, and if it breaks, that will indicate that it's time to leave, because the bat, it'll last a fight, but it could break at any moment. Well, that's not gonna last long. Never mind then. Guess we'll drop this off. Perhaps we can try repairing it now that the repair system works. So I don't have anything to repair it right now. Oh, we're tired. I don't want to spend any time in here tired that I don't have to. That was a bit odd. Swinging at a flopped zombie and not hitting anything. Check on those houses we tried to get into yesterday. I only recently saw this trick where you can look in any direction by right-clicking, even when you're in a car. Sneaky. Must have been behind the trees. And decided not to growl particularly loudly. Oh, another day, another 50 zombies or so. Wasn't keeping exact count. Alright, got some glue. Take piece of tape. Might be able to do something about the hockey stick. Alright, so nearly broken. Oh, okay then. So that's a vast improvement. So I can't do either of those repairs without a surface, but it shouldn't be too hard to find surfaces. So maybe we can finally keep up these stupidly heavy bolt cutters, at least for a while. A little worried about the state of our gas supplies. If we get down to a quarter, I don't know. I think that's time to go back home, tear apart all the electronics, and really hope it's enough, or that we can find enough more electronics around town. Alright, hockey stick is not a thing that's going to last very long. On the other hand, it didn't take any additional damage. Really sporadic how often even relatively fragile weapons take damage. Bill, put your mask back on. I don't care if it's dirty. We'll do another one shortly. Oh, that was kind of mean. What? Oh, well that went from half full to broken and nothing flat. Oh, you were well and truly used up that hockey stick. Whoa. Truck stalled. That's worrying. Well, I think I can get a few hits in on this door before it draws a massive crowd. That maybe drew nobody. There's someone banging on a door, but that's fine. Alright, not going in there yet. We're exhausted. beer bottles, and a table. Now that was a waste of an hour of smacking a door with bolt cutters. I'm just gonna drink a whole thing of honey then, if I can't risk my weight loss. Wow, that didn't do it. If only armor were worth bothering with. Gar. Someone's having one last poker game. An entire bag of brown sugar? Wow, even that. Let's see if we've cleared out enough we can actually get in that basement. Or if driving up there will draw everybody to us. Alright, yeah, we can't risk anywhere near as much as we used to. This truck is going to be stalling out like that. Huh, pedestrian bridge over there. That's cool. Alright, it's 8 o'clock, so I'm going to hit this until I get exhausted. And then rather than risking anything, let's get out of here. Oh, first try. Okay, don't stall. At least not until we're a ways down the street here. Well, home sweet something. I'm gonna have to start drinking every night to keep some weight on.